righty. So loving kindness meditation, why do we do it? And what are the effects of it? There's something, there's a lot of research and says that when we put positive energy, positive thoughts out there, it not only helps us mentally, but it can help us physically. And that's kind of a new area of research that they're doing, but there's definitely a link to it. And when I think of loving kindness, I think of the four kinds of, I call them the four kinds of love in Buddhism, the four Brahmanitas, the four essentials. There's a lot of names for them. The first one is loving kindness, and that's Metta. The second one is compassion. The third one is sympathetic joy. And the last one is equanimity. I actually used these for a wedding speech for my father's wedding because it said the four kinds of love. Another way of thinking about it, I use the example of a puppy. Like a puppy can embody all of these things. A puppy, no one doesn't like a puppy. And if you do, you're the first person I met. I mean, a puppy's just a great, right? You have total love, total kindness for a puppy. If the puppy were to hurt itself, the compassion would be, pouring out. I mean, it's just fragile, and it's just so pure. When a puppy's happy, you're happy. You know what I mean? You don't want anything more. You're just happy that the puppy's happy. I was really happy that my father was happy. I wasn't jealous. I wasn't, hey, I want that. It's just being happy for someone else. And then equanimity is all about the balance. And puppy doesn't really always know that, right? They're one extreme or the other kind of thing. Super happy, and then the puppy got hurt kind of thing. So I think that's a good analogy for that. And we're going to focus on obviously the first one, loving kindness, and it's something that you're giving and not expecting anything in return, right? And that's different from a lot of the culture here. I have a relative that was living with me for a while, and they would send their grandchildren a gift, or their niece or their nephew, and just wait for that thank you card. And when it didn't come, they got more and more angry and more angry. Well, I sent them to them, and then she'd call them. Did you get it? Well, why did? And expecting something in return, giving without expecting something is really the truth of giving. And it took me a little bit of time to understand that as well. So what we're going to do tonight is 4 sits, relatively short, and we're going to send out some loving kindness thoughts to yourself, to someone that we care about, someone close to us, to someone that's a little bit neutral, right? And we'll go over what that means, and someone that we have maybe a little bit of difficulty with, right? And then finally, we'll send it out to everyone. And we'll stop and kind of just have a short discussion if anyone wants to share about it as we go through it. And so they say, if you can't love yourself, you can't love someone else. I don't know if that's exactly true, but having a positive relationship with yourself allows you to be there for someone else. Like if someone is, if you're trying to help someone, it's like on the airplane. They always say, take care of yourself before helping others. And that's kind of true here too. You really need to take care of yourself before you can go out in the world and give yourself up and help someone else. So we'll start with ourselves. And the meditation itself is fairly simple. And I want to make sure it's been a minute, and I have a set phrase that I do. You start with yourself, and it says, may you be happy, may you be safe, may you be healthy, and may you live with ease. And we're going to repeat that to ourselves silently. And the whole part of living with ease means, may you have an easy day. That may things go well for you. May may your coffee not be too hot, and you make your appointment. Whatever that means to you or that person. That's what living with ease means in this context, at least. And like I said, we'll start with ourselves, and I'll guide us a little bit in this, and kind of repeat the phrases a little. And when you say them, you're not just saying them. You want to think about and kind of feel them, kind of thing. So with that, I'll pause. We'll get started. Any questions? All right. So as I mentioned, we'll start with ourselves, and yeah. So I like to start by taking 3 deep breaths, slowly. And then you're going to repeat the phrase silently in your mind. May I be happy. May I be safe. May I be healthy. And may I live with ease. So that was, may I be happy. May I be safe. May I be healthy. And may I live with ease. And as you're saying it, kind of think about that. And what does that mean when you're happy, when you're safe, when you're healthy, and when you live with ease or things go well? May I be happy. May I be safe. May I be healthy. And may I live with ease. As your mind wanders, you can come back to the phrase, may I be happy, may I be safe, may I be healthy, and may I live with ease. Kind of visualizing, picturing, what does it mean? You're happy, healthy body, being safe, and having a life with ease. So, any thoughts on that, or is everyone easy.
Doesn't always feel true.
Doesn't feel true that you're doing it. Doesn't feel true that you can be happy, healthy, safe.
Yeah. I don't know, like fraudulent in a way. I'm just saying it, just empty as
Yeah, there's it kind of reminds me, if you have put that lens on, and I don't know if everyone will get the reference of that, Stuart Smalley from Saturday Night Live. He got the reference. Yeah, positive affirmations, and you're like, I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and yeah, gosh darn it. People like me, right? It's funny because, well, it's not funny, but again, there's I know someone who their therapist said to go ahead and do this, and it was difficult, and they sat in front of the mirror and said things like that, and it works. And it's really, as I'm a big cynic of that kind of approach, but this is a way of doing that. And yeah, it's that kind of that energy that you put out there. It doesn't mean that if you say it that everything's going to go your way, but it's putting that love and kindness out there. But that's a lot of people feel that way. I've been in these, I led some of these, and there's some people that have been doing this every day for like 15 years. Like, really? Like, every single day, this is their practice, and that's what they do. And I don't think we have any of those folks here tonight, but yeah, it's powerful for them, and to hear that, because I definitely was a cynic myself. Anyone else?
I was thinking about it less through the words or the concepts themselves, but as if there's something behind those ideas that I can isolate into some sort of impulse or sentiment, and that helps. I thought about the words, the words would lose me somehow.
Kind of like the feelings? Is that the right way where you're going? Yeah. I think that's that's the spirit of it, I believe, Yeah. I was just talking to Jeff, who runs this place, and he said he hadn't seen me in a while. And the last time he saw me, I had just come back from spending a week at a monastery up in Escondido. And those people, I don't know how they're so happy every day, like really, really happy about everything every day at 5 a.m, when you wake up. And I had that, like, are they, like, what are they taking? Like, there must be something here that's making them so happy. And it's just, it's just them. And it was really a dichotomy between, my everyday life and spending 7-8 days with a bunch of monks and nuns that were happy about everything out there. So Deer Park Monastery in Escondido, they have a day of silence at, sometimes multiple times a month on Sundays, if you ever want a taste of people that are really happy every single day, and genuinely so. So we'll move on to the next one, and that is thinking about someone and sending loving kindness to someone that you care about. Someone close in your life. It could be a romantic partner of some type. It could be a friend. It could be a relative. It could be anyone. It could be a pet, right? I find it easy to have loving kindness thoughts about my dog, more so than people sometimes. But I'm working on that. So we'll do the same kind of thing, and I'll be cognizant of the time so we don't run out. I have a history of doing that. So again, I'll start, take some deep breaths. And start to think about someone that you care about, someone that's close to you, someone that is very easy to send maybe that loving kindness to, and kind of repeating the same words or the feelings for those words that you have, and wishing them to be happy, wishing them to be safe, wishing them to be healthy and to live at ease. So the mantras: may you be happy, may you be safe, may you be healthy, and may you live with ease. And repeating that phrase over and over, and sending them some loving kindness. And as your mind starts to wander, come back, visualizing that person, seeing them in front of you, next to you. May you be happy. May you be safe. May you be healthy. And may you live with ease. May you be happy. May you be safe. May you be healthy. And may you live with ease. All right. Was that easier?
Yeah, definitely.
All right. There you go. Anyone want to share who they visualized or thought about?
Yeah, I guess it's harder to visualize what the other person wants compared to yourself. But it's easier to like give that to them than take it for myself. But yeah, a friend that's smiling when they're happy, friend that's financially secure at all times, and then but for healthy, more just like prayer, like I hope they're healthy, mind and body. And I kind of visualize them sitting next to me, meditating with me, and then we're at ease. I figured just like driving in traffic, because I don't know what ease looks like.
Oh. I've never thought about equating it with no traffic. That's interesting. Yeah,
It's kind of a big thing around here.
it is. Yeah. I work from home, and I drove here today, and I was like, I haven't been in a car in like 5 days. It's good to get out of the house. So, yeah. Well, cool. That's very good. Yeah. Anyone else?
I have a friend who's been reaching out to me lately he's got so much energy. He does for others so much, and rarely kind of speaks about all of the storm in him. But he does open up to me with that sometimes, and like I was spending time in that, whatever it is, to absorb maybe some of his storms.
That's nice. That's nice of you. Yeah. They say, you combat. There's three evils in Buddhism. There's three poisons that they call them: greed, anger, ignorance. Or ignorance could be delusion, not seeing things as they are. And you counter those with compassion, wisdom, and generosity. So generosity is a big thing in giving. That doesn't mean money. It means giving of yourself, giving of your time, giving and expecting nothing in return. So like, I know that if I go out and do things for others, I get out of my own way, kind of thing. It's difficult to take the first step sometimes, but it sounds like doesn't mean that everything's fine. So it's really nice that you're helping that person. So I just want to make sure if there's anyone out there on YouTube, I usually have 1 million or so followers when I do this at night. So just want to say hello to everyone out there in the world. Thanks for laughing, Marcy. So the next one that we're going to do is a neutral person. And neutral is, I guess, what the name implies, but a good one for me is usually like my male person. I know her. I know her name. I see her from time to time. She knows my dog, but I don't know much about her. It could be the person that makes your coffee. Could be someone at work that you really don't know, but there they are. You're an acquaintance kind of thing. And just sending them some loving kindness. There's a story that I usually share at this point. It's kind of doing for people that you don't know, or sending them some good vibes. And it's a true story of a man who lived on a busy road, like in the Midwest, I think. And every morning he would go out and he would wave to all of the people in the cars out there going to work. And he'd go out, hello, good morning, good morning, good morning. And it was such a phenomenon that the local news came and interviewed him about it. And he'd do it at night too. As the traffic went the other way, he was waving at them, and he would say, good night, have a good night, and all this stuff. Like someone, like maybe not all there, and the news is kind of doing a story on this guy. Why is he doing this? And they interviewed him, and they said, well, why do you do it? They can't hear you. The windows are up, it's the Midwest, it's cold, it's raining, they have weather there. And he said, that's okay. I'm still saying it, and I'm still saying good morning to them, and just putting it out there. And it was done much more eloquently, but it's about putting it out there and putting that energy out there, that positiveness. And that's kind of like this. You're putting that energy out there. Even if you can't see it, the person can't hear you, they don't know that you're doing it. There's something to it. So, so we're going to think about a neutral person, someone that you don't have a negative or a positive opinion of, but someone that you know of. And we'll go ahead and send that person some loving kindness. So again, I like to settle myself. Take some deep breaths. And again, visualizing that person in your life, whoever that may be, and going through the same kind of thoughts, whether it be the literal words, the feelings, or envisioning a situation about them. And we heard all of those things tonight. May you be happy. May you be safe. may you be healthy, and may you live with ease. May you be happy, may you be safe, may you be healthy, and may you live with ease. And repeating that in your own way, sending that loving kindness to that person. And bring your thoughts back. The mind wanders to that person, wishing them to be happy, to be safe, to be healthy, and to live with ease. Does anyone want to share who they picked? I just find this one interesting.
It was hard to pick. Felt like I was going through my Rolodex of people, all of whom were on different parts of the spectrum, but I just, I've been having to work in Tijuana, and I've returned to the same restaurant a couple of times, and the same server has been there. And he has a very interesting presence, and we haven't exchanged very many words, but I just remembered his presence. So, about him.
So I always pick my male person, I'll admit it. But I've gotten to know her a little bit. I was just thinking that, more so I may need to pick someone else. And she knows my dog and all this stuff, so I don't know if she's going to qualify in the future. But I think there's these people in our lives every day that we see that I don't want to say we don't feel are people, but we just go through the motions, that person that gives you your coffee, that person that does this. And sometimes, people don't even look up from their phones. Like they just are like this and going through, and there's all these people around us that it's like we're in our own little bubble, especially here in the US. Like we are very much in our bubble kind of thing. There's a book called, what is the name of it? It is a book about coffee. And this gentleman goes and he's having a cup of coffee, and the name will come to me, and I can look it up afterwards. But he's having a cup of coffee, and he wants to explore where his coffee came from. And he starts with at the a coffee shop, and he goes through all of the different people that have touched that cup of coffee, from the person who made the lid, the company that makes the lid, it's a special lid that they use at that coffee shop, to where the beans are stored, to where they're roasted, and he ends up going to South America, to the people that actually grew the coffee and visiting them. And it takes him about a year to go through this whole, and he documents the journey. But he starts out with in the coffee shop interviewing the people that work there, and a lot of people don't see them, like don't see the person making their coffee. They don't look up. They scan. They're rude about it. You put 2 shots of whatever people put in their coffee instead of 1 shot. Not the espresso. I'd like that, but like there's flavored stuff. So I think this helps kind of bring us aware, just remind us that there's all these, like there's so many people out there, and we're all in our little bubbles, and it's nice to acknowledge those other people. So I'm gonna think of the name of that book. All right, so the next one is thinking about someone that we have maybe a difficulty with, or an aversion, or someone that maybe maybe you tense up when you're around them, when you talk to them. A lot of people, a good go-to for this is maybe certain family members. I know the holidays are coming up, and that can be stressful for some people. We let it. But yeah, someone that kind of you don't have a good feeling about, right? Could even be an enemy, is kind of a word. And it took me a while to kind of understand this one. And we can kind of talk about that afterwards. But yeah, someone that you have a little aversion to. So again, we'll kind of pick someone that is maybe a negative feeling comes to us, and a little bit of an aversion, and picture that person. Visualize that person. And we're going to go through and wish them the same things that we wish other people. Wishing them to be happy, to be safe, to be healthy, and to live with ease. So may you be happy, may you be safe, may you be healthy, and may you live with ease. And sending that loving kindness to them. May you be happy, may you be safe, may you be healthy, and may you live with ease. And again, as the mind wanders, you come back, continue visualizing that person, and wishing them, may you be happy, may you be safe, may you be healthy, and may you live with ease. Was that one difficult? Easy? Anyone want to share who? As long as it's no one I know. Oh, Marcy, yeah.
So he's not an enemy, he's more of a nemesis. And it's just dawned on me right this minute that he's really just some guy I work with. You know what I mean? That annoys me, but he's not even a nemesis, he's just a guy. You know what I mean? So I think using him today was a good idea.
Yeah. He annoys you. Do you have any, do you think you annoy him? Is it a mutual?
I feel like that's always the case, right? There's something about that person that it's something that I know exists probably in myself that annoys me, that I just don't want to address.
Yeah.
You know, so this antagonistic relationship isn't even real. You know, he's just represents something that I don't want to deal with.
Oh. So you kind of put this mirror up, there's something going on there.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Buddhism's a lot about putting a mirror up to what you're thinking, saying, doing, your actions, your karma. Karma means action. It means the things that you say, things that you do, things that you think. It doesn't, karma is not a bitch. It's not going to come around, go around kind of thing. It literally means just action and the things you put out there in the world. And there was and I don't remember which it was, but there was a maybe 6 months ago or more, they had some visiting monks here. And one thing he said was interesting to me, which reminded me of what you were saying, Marcy, was, I don't remember the whole context, but he was talking about someone putting some anger out there and yelling at him and saying something, and he decided not to pick it up. So just because someone's doing something to you, you don't have to react, right? So if someone's upset at you, you don't have to react. You can let them be upset and not get upset. And that kind of like, oh yeah, I don't have to do that. I can choose what I want, how I want to react to that person, So he annoys you, but I don't know if it's the same thing. Can you not be annoyed? I don't know.
Well, my thing is maybe he doesn't have ease in his life. You know what I mean? Maybe there's something going on that's outside of, that's causing this, and it's making me uneasy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like it's cyclical, maybe.
Yeah, and I know you've been around here a while. What's the first noble truth, Marcy? Yeah, life is still the dukkha or suffering. So everyone, and if someone, it's sometimes hard for me to put my mind around this with people that I find difficult, but they're suffering. There's something that's not going well. There's probably a better way to put that, but there's stuff in their lives, and they're angry because something's not going well, and how to deal with that. So, people are angry. People are mean because they're suffering themselves. The first noble truth: life is filled with suffering. Second noble truth: there's an end to suffering. There's a path to suffering. Is a third. The eighth, there is a way out, and the fourth is there is a path, and that is the Eightfold Path, which we don't have time to get into the whole Eightfold Path, but yeah. Anyone else? All right. I think I'm actually doing well on time today. So the last one, if we go on what I call the traditional kind of path here, is all sentient beings. So that's every being out there in the universe. And that's a lot for me to grasp. I'm a very black and white person, and I can do the multiplication kind of. But I don't know how many people are on the planet. Is it like 7 billion people, 8 billion? I'm not up. I haven't got the latest count, but it's really hard for me to think about that. So I like to start small and then kind of expand. my mind here. So I think I'm I know two people in this room to some degree, but I don't know the rest of you. So you're kind of acquaintances. We're kind of a little sangha here. We came together tonight. These people in this situation will never be together again, probably, maybe. Maybe we'll exchange numbers and come here and be best friends. Probably not. But it's this is like a little sangha. And then a sangha, in case anyone doesn't know, is a community. Like this temple has a sangha. It's any community out there. And then I'll kind of expand it out into, this neighborhood, and I can kind of grasp that. And then I can kind of grasp, kind of San Diego. I kind of visualize that in my mind, all the different areas of the city, of the county. And I just kind of multiply and multiply and multiply, and it works for me. So we'll go ahead and do that. And there's lots of ways to visualize that and get there, but it's my way. But yeah, so the purpose here is to send loving kindness to everyone out there, and just kind of think about that, and yeah, so we'll do it as we have been. Again, I like to center myself, take a few deep breaths. And then, as I mentioned, we all came together tonight. We probably won't come together in this fashion again. In Buddhism, everything is impermanent. Oh, everything's impermanent, whether you're in Buddhism or not. Everything always changes. So at this moment, I want to go ahead and wish some love, kindness to everyone in this room. May you be happy. May you be safe. May you be healthy. And may you live with ease. And then we'll take it and we'll expand it to the University Heights, Hillcrest neighborhoods here that we're in. And just visualizing all those people, the different neighborhoods, the expansiveness of it, and wishing all of them, may you be happy. May you be safe. May you be healthy. And may you live with ease. I even did it for that dog that was barking, all the animals out there. And then just thinking about San Diego County, and wishing everyone there, and visualizing them in your mind, and wishing that same mantra to them. And then maybe the entire state, the region, California, Arizona, and the United States, and all of those people, and just wishing them to be happy, to be safe, to be healthy, and to live with ease. And it kind of expanded over, visualize in North America, Canada and Mexico, bringing in Central America. So many people out there. May you be happy, may you be safe, may you be healthy, and may you live with ease. And then just everyone. All 7+ billion people. May you be happy. May you be safe. May you be healthy. And may you live with ease. Any comments, observations? So I think I have a minute here, and I usually read from this book a little bit in the beginning, and it totally slipped my mind. It's a book by Thich Nhat Hanh. Anyone heard of him? He's a pretty big deal in Buddhism, and in modern Buddhism, at least. He passed away a few years ago, but he was big in the peace movement in Vietnam and around the world, and worked with Martin Luther King. And the monastery that I went to is one of his, in the Plum Village tradition. He has bigger books than this. He's written over 100 books, and there are some that are really, really good. But this book is How to Love. He has a how to eat, how to sleep, how to do everything pretty much. And you think you know how to eat when you go to a monastery and you have to eat in silence and actually observe how you eat and the pace that you eat and taste the food and all of that. It's very interesting, to say the least. Made me think about instead of just shoving a burger down my throat kind of thing, and taking some time. But I always usually read this part, and I'm going to get my little flashlight out as well. So he talks about the four immeasurable truths, the four Brahmavitas, the four kinds of love. And he talks about loving kindness. This isn't very long. The first element of true love, the first element of love is loving kindness. The essence of loving kindness is being able to offer happiness. You can be the sunshine for another person. You can offer happiness, and you can't offer happiness until you have it for yourself. So build a home inside by accepting yourself and learning to love and heal yourself. Learn how to practice mindfulness in such a way that you can create moments of happiness and joy in your own environment. Then you can have something to offer another person. So again, it's kind of that first one. Put on your mask before helping others, and have that happiness, and then you can kind of give it to other people. And this is the first time I think I'm leading since I went to the monastery, but they have all these sayings that they put in calligraphy, and they're all over the place. You could buy a T-shirt or something. And some of them are like smile and all this, but there was this sign down at the what would it be, where the nuns live, and it just said, "This is it." And I was like, "Oh, okay," but it was done in the nice calligraphy and all that. It is, and they've kind of realized, like, they're not chasing the future. They're not looking at the past and worrying about what happened yesterday. They're not like, what's going to happen tomorrow. They're like, this is it. And I got to hear a lot of their stories of how they got there. And there's like 40 nuns, and maybe there was less than 20 monks. And most of the monks were Western, and most of the nuns were Vietnamese. But so the Western monks, and we had to pretty much stay in the monk section. Like, they had high-powered lives in LA, and one was an architect, and this and that, and he gave it all up. And he said he's so much happier that he did, and he gave away all of his savings. He used to have like health insurance. He has none of that. They take care of it. He has no control, and he's extremely happy about everything every day. And like, yeah, this is it. Like, you could choose to be happy right now, or you could worry about tomorrow. So there's a lot of wisdom there. He also said that many people, we had tea at the end, and he said many people come here and then They quit their jobs when they go home. They break up with their significant other. I'm like, this sounds like a terrible place. But what he meant is a lot of people reflect on their lives, kind of thing. So it's a good reminder to take a break, kind of be around people that are not worrying about the traffic, because we'll get there when we get there. They're not worried about their coffee being too hot because it will cool down. Like, well, this is what it is. So anyway, thanks for listening. Any questions or comments or anything I can answer?
Which book of how would you recommend that you go to?
Depends on what you want. The one, if you want to learn about Buddhism, that I think is really good and a easier read. The Heart of the Buddhist Teachings, and if you want, I can look it up afterwards. But it's a good. If you have even a little foundation, then you can jump into that, and it makes it very consumable, except the last 2 chapters or so. But yeah, that one, and then I don't want to say any of them, but he has one around communication. I don't remember the title, and it's an easy read as well. And if you're really interested, I can look them up on Amazon when we're done. But yeah, but I will say there's some of them for me personally that were either some that were translated when he was young, and it's very difficult. But he spoke English, and his books, most of his books are really easy to read. It depends on what you're looking for, because there's one that I bought that's about 400 pages that I haven't started yet. I'm just waiting for the right moment, and it came highly recommended. But the Heart of the Buddhist Teaching is a good go-to if you want to learn. Like, if you want to think about the mindfulness and all that, he's got a ton of other books, but that one's it was my little my second go-to to learn Buddhism. The first one was a little too light, and this one was just right. All right, Marcy, I think you're up.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Marcy, and I'm tonight's host. We opened the Dharma Bum Temple 18 years ago to introduce Buddhist practice to those who show up. Those who lead are not nuns, monks, gurus, masters, or teachers, and are not looking for students. They are simply practitioners sharing their interpretation of the practice. Every night we have different classes led by different people from various Buddhist traditions. We have a recovery sangha that meets several times a week for anyone with addiction, and our food redistribution program is every Thursday at 4:30 p.m. We have classes and program every day, and everything that we offer here is always free. The full schedule is on the website and also posted on the entryway above the shoe rack. We have a lending library. If you see a book that you like, feel free to borrow it and then bring it back whenever you're done with it. Please straighten your seats or cushions before you head out, and thank you for being here. We wish you well and hope to see you again. Thank you.
Thanks, Marcy. Thanks, guys.